This episode is rated PG-13. Viewer discretion is advised.
Today, I want to talk about the TV show I made/created. So, this TV show was inspired by Disney's telenovela Violetta. And I wanted to encapsulate the feeling of like music, friendship, songs, love interests. And I just loved the TV show in general. And I named the show I'm Ogier. The media I used to create the show was Apple's Memojis because I wanted to have full control over the characters that I created because this was going to be unscripted, basically. And I didn't have scripts to send out and do all those kind of things that real production houses would do. So that's how I made this TV show. That's how I came in from the get-go. And now we're going to venture into its first season that I created. So Daniel is the main character with his father. They just came from a distant land and now they're in the land of I'm Ogier. At the I'm Ogier school, Rachel made these kids prepare songs day in, day out so that they have something to present at the showcase event for people to listen to and they can get money for the studio. I created 12 main characters, 4 extras, and 4 special guests who appeared on the show. And all of these characters were introduced, had storylines in the span of 22 episodes with a duration of 16 minutes till 25 minutes, except for the last episode, which was 41 minutes and 32 seconds. Now, let me talk about the storyline. In the first episode, he comes in new with his dad. He doesn't enroll yet until the end, and when he does arrive, Hannah bullies him. But her classmates tell her that that's wrong and caution her, which was good. Later on, we see him form a friendship with Joey. He starts feeling sad. He gets into his feelings, starts to open up, trying to have a connection with them, but it really doesn't work out the way he wants to, and so to them, it seems like he's brushing him off, and then he lashes out. Okay, let me rephrase that. Not lash out, but he's just angry sometimes and takes it out on Joey a little bit, but he really doesn't do that too often. So he knows how to keep cool, and he's trying his best to make people understand how he feels. Daniel becomes into his evil baddie self with Danielle. She's trying to make him do all the worst things, enter into people's minds and heads, messing with them, which is not great. And then we have this person, Brian, who's not making him feel, who was somebody from his past who didn't make him feel nice, who really hurt him really bad. And then he becomes even badder and meaner and starts hurting more people. And it took more than his father, more like everyone, to tell him to stop what he's doing and just calm down. So then he has an evil Daniel version of himself. And this version kind of keeps telling him to do these bad things that you can't get away from him. But ultimately, it does happen because Elsa visits everyone and they try to work out their own emotions. When that happens, Daniel is completely rid of all his bad version of himself, and he's happier now. And that's basically his story for the first season. Now, I want to tell you all about what happened in the next season that I created. So, we're here again in late 2022. I'm Ogier Season 2. Okay, and it was going to be the premise of Daniel is at Genko Music Studios in Canada. He meets new faces and finds new adventures in music at the studio. People know Daniel from I'm Ogier Studios. Nick and Kelsey are good friends, so are Rena and Samantha, along with Gabe and Jacob. But an unexpected turn makes things weary. So that was the premise of I'm Ogier Season 2. Very spooky, moody, magic and stuff. I drew inspiration from Legacies and Stranger Things, so it really caused me a lot of headaches towards the end of it, and it was really painful. Payback was okay, not really much, but I'm grateful for the people who watched it. during the time it aired. The characters I created, along with Daniel, there's Gabe, Samantha, Blake, Kelsey, Nick, Valerie, Jacob, Alexander, Sierra/Carrera, Rena, Carrero. Extras were Jeremy, Green Daniel, Blue Daniel, and Evil Daniel. These people made up the entire season of 10 episodes in total. Daniel is caught in problems with his evil self again, and so he and Blake decide to figure this out together. In episode 3, he and Blake are trying to figure out how to eliminate Evil Daniel, his evil self, who is also being controlled by Carrero. And Carrero is also the one who's taken hostage of Rena. And in episode 6, Blake plans a birthday party with the help of Daniel's classmates for him, and Daniel decides to have a one-on-one with his mind and asks questions about what's going on in it. In episode 9, the students are battling against Herrera and Carrero. Valerie finds out that Sierra is not a good person and she's the baddie the whole time. They did fight the final battle, and now where's everything? Oh, you're gonna find out in I'm a Jeer, the prologue. So let me take you there. Now we are in Glencoe Studios, and the concept of this season, the premise was about children and adults who want love, a relationship with God, happiness, meaningful friendships, a career, kindness, courage, gratitude, and a partner. It's about growing up and seeing where they are now. Daniel moving on from his past. People contradicting themselves, because as humans, we say one thing and then we say another thing. We do another thing. Our actions speak louder than our words. The characters I introduced were Daniel, Nick, Gabe, Samantha, Kelsey, Gavin, Allegra, Furman, supporting extras, Jeremy, Rena, Sherry, Dre, Kevin, Hope/Amelia. Special guests that I wanted to appear were Joey, Antonio, David, Deborah, Vanessa. Daniel finally releases his feelings and Kelsey cheers him up. To start off the new year, the students of Glencoe Studios listen to shocking news. Samantha is moving and Gavin needs something. The studio head, Allegra, wants the studio to unit drugs, and so she brings on a colleague. Furman meets with the students to discuss their future, and Allegra plans a get-together. Sherry says something that Drake disagrees with. Amelia asks her sister for a favor, which is Samantha. At school, Samantha gives her peers the invitation to the bachelorette party for selected people to join, which is kind of a fake one. Gabe is worried about Daniel, and Kelsey is interested in singing at the party. Drake holds a mini class session for the students. Meanwhile, Nick is bothered by Daniel. Daniel reveals what he's been going through with his mom, and a banter occurs at the party. The Memoji recording was too tasking to do. My head would just hurt all the time. It didn't feel like I was getting what I wanted, like fulfillment for what I'm creating. And it just felt like I was just writing without purpose. So I stopped the project. I was creating like I had a huge audience that was ready to accept what I'm creating, which I didn't. I had this ambitious idea without a foundation. And so I decided to start scripting again. Ultimately, after 6 months of doing it, I completely just stopped because why am I doing this? And then I started to realize that I just loved creating trailers because they looked really cool. The episodes were way too long. It was unscripted and I couldn't do it anymore. I was over ambitious and I should have started smaller instead of going bigger. People say Memoji is cringe, but it's the way I can show you my universe. And where the show is now is that it's on a hiatus. So, thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. Good luck and whatever you do.